a rare combination of hotter than average temperatures, high humidity, and strong winds.
You talk about hotter than ever temperatures. The planet is heating up from the core to the surface, and from the atmosphere, from space to the surface of the planet, and it's meeting in the middle. Just like your hands and your feet and your eyes and the sclera, the white part of your eyes, your hands and your feet, they absorb the radiation through your hands, your feet, and they meet inside your solar plex. They call it Tai Chi energy.
Well, for more on this, we can speak to our BBC Brazil reporter, Daniel Gallas. So, Daniel, just bring us up to date with those rescue efforts in southern Brazil.
Yes, well, there's still 60 people missing and 32 dead. So this is likely to be the worst flood incidents in the number of deaths registered in that area. The state governor already said that this is the worst flooding that happened in that area. 500,000 people are without water or electricity, and there are a lot of people that haven't been able to be in touch with the outside world. So they're locked in these cities because they have no way of leaving the cities. The bridges have collapsed, the rivers have flooded, and the roads have flooded as well. So they're not able to leave these areas of risk. The government is trying to come in with lots of helicopters and rescue people and establish communications. So it's pretty much the worst flood that this state, which has about 10 million people, has ever seen in history.
And Daniel, also worrying reports of a dam bursting. What effect has this had on the area?
Yeah, this is just one more incident. It wasn't a big dam, and it was just part of it that burst. But the big issue is that dams are not containing the water that are coming down from the rivers anymore. And the cities that are built alongside rivers, the rivers are coming up, even in the capital city that is happening. And we know that in the next few hours, this should be the highest level that some of the rivers have reached since the 1940s. So the problem isn't just the dams bursting, but also that the rain is not expected to drop. There's still more rain to come in the next 24 to 48 hours.
And Daniel, viewers can see these incredible pictures of rescue efforts, a couple or two people on a roof who are being rescued. How is the government responding?
Well, the government's line of response, first, there are different governments here. There's city, state, and federal government, so they're trying to work together. The state government has been asking for more helicopters, which seem to be the big issue at the moment. And the federal government is sending some aid. After that, there is the issue of, finding the people who are disappeared, and that will take a lot of government help as well. Like I said, the big problem now is the isolation of these cities. People can't privately do things on their own because they need the roads, they need the infrastructure that simply isn't there.
So pause. Okay, my people, now the sad thing is that I don't want to see anything happen to life on this planet. This is very sad and heartbreaking, especially to children, women and children. I don't want to see anything happen to anybody on this planet, but we must separate. And this is what the sun, this is what the universe, Mother Universe has stated to the sun, that we must separate, and it's time to remove the veil from over this planet. And removing a veil over this planet is actually removing the dome and letting in more light. And if you're letting in more neutrino beams, more cosmic energy, solar radiation, what's happening is heating up the planet. These charged particles are heating up the planet. This is why I show you all the time on the Goals X-ray flux how these CMEs are continuously, and they have increased exponentially. These sunspots and solar flares have increased exponentially. So this is only going to get worse, my people. It's only going to increase. So they're going to kick the climate change as well as false flags this year. It's the race against the sun. But I must warn you, and I must advise to all people, like, this is not just going to affect the eukaryotic cell, the complex cell organism. This is going to affect the prokaryotic cell as well. You have to have your mind right. This is not about being a killer. This is about being a thinker. Understand and overstand. Heaven is inside of the mind, the brain, the skull. That's heaven. And if you can't control your emotion, if you can't think, if you can't move with logic and use common sense, you're going to have a problem going forward. If you're not fasting, if you're not exercising, you're going to have problems. These people are literally cut off from the world. Water, no electricity, no power, food is gone. What do you think is happening right now? What do you think is going to be happening at nighttime? What do you think is going on? Diseases are going to start to spike over there. Do you understand? With the flooding, with all the dead animals, this is going to happen, and it's happening fast, my people. It's happening fast. Again, the sad thing is that everybody going to come to the realization is that it's quickly approaching, that there is no God in Satan, and that there is over 5